at the time, comes out and says, I don't think she was doing it on purpose. The coach says that. Go all the way to the front. This is how she plays. Look,
damn, girl.
She's obviously very sweet. She doesn't at all have any negative intent. Yeah, at all. She doesn't hit hard, and she plays very clean basketball.
White privilege.
And watch what she does to the eyes. You see?
Ooh, wow. The play in the last game, I didn't see the play in real time.
That's her in the back.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Went straight to a press conference.
So you can pause it right there.
And that's her right there.
That's her in the back, and that's the foul.
Here comes kindness.
I stand by them. I will always stand by them.
Amen.
Everybody else can go to hell.
Oh, wait a minute.
Kindness.
Wait a minute.
So you know what? We need kindness.
Grace.
They go high, you go.
Grace. Sounds like a wholesome Christian. And goes, hey, by the way, go to hell, and then you leave.
Walking,
talking contradiction.
Everybody else is trying to divide our locker room. No. Not having your players back will do quite the adequate job at doing that.
Angel Reese had every chance to be the hero of this game. Instead, she became its punchline. That is not an exaggeration. It is exactly what played out on the court between the Indiana Fever and the Atlanta Dream. And when the final buzzer sounded, Reese was not celebrating a win.
After the Dejanay Carrington clothesline from hell incident the other day, in which she came out and said, oh, Dejanay's she's not a dirty player. She just plays real hard. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, look, she turns into the Charlie Brown teacher pretty quickly with a lot of people. At least with me, she does. The moment I realize she's going to do it again and not back her own player, yeah, I'm out. I got to tell you, one of the most obvious traits of a terrible leader: not taking any responsibility.
She stood under the rim with her hands on her head as Caitlin Clark walked past her, smiling, on her way to yet another statement victory. If you want to understand why this rivalry refuses to cool down, this one game provides the entire blueprint in 95 minutes of basketball. And it delivered enough twists that even people who do not follow the WNBA closely were talking about it by the next morning.
He has to be fired immediately. Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White walked past her own player Sophie Cunningham to check on Dejanay Carrington after the hard foul.
Let's begin where things actually got physical, because this did not start as some heated confrontation between two players who already cannot stand each other. It started with Reese getting cooked on defense, plain and simple. Midway through the first quarter, Clark pulled up from deep off the dribble, with Reese draped all over her, contesting as tightly as she possibly could. And the shot dropped anyway, clean through the net, because she was that sharp in this game.
Yeah, I mean, look, it was a hard foul. I don't think that Dejanay intentionally came out to get her across the neck like she did, but it did happen, and I thought it was the right call. But one of the things about Nay is that she's going to play her butt off, man. She's going to compete. Nobody's going to go walking in for a layup, and so I don't oppose the hard foul, but I also don't think that she intentionally went for the net.
That is the kind of moment that can quietly get under a defender's skin, even if nobody watching realizes it at the time. You do everything right defensively. You contest the shot from good position, and the ball still goes in. For a competitor like Reese, who takes pride in being physical and disruptive, that has to sting a little.
I can't believe that Stephanie White kind of stood up for Carrington. You would never see Shell Reeve, Becky Hammond doing this. You may think something, but you sit in a press conference and say that in front of your team? You don't do that. That's how you lose the team. The team will go against you. What? I'm blown away by that. You can think, oh, I used to coach her, talk to her on the side, whatever, but you don't go on national news and basically put down your own team.
A few possessions later, Ryan Howard's shot went up and missed, and both Reese and Clark scrambled for the loose ball under the basket. That is when Reese, instead of simply using her body to box out like in a normal rebounding battle, drove her forearm straight into Clark's neck to keep her away from the ball. Not a bump, not incidental contact from two players jumping at the same time and colliding on the way down. A clear, deliberate shove to the neck. The kind of move that gets flagged in almost any other physical contest without a second thought. And this did not happen in traffic or off in some corner where officials could claim they missed the angle. It happened directly in front of two referees standing right there in the paint, in full view, under bright arena lights, with cameras from multiple angles capturing every second of it.
And why is Fever coach Stephanie White defending DeJohnay Carrington over her own player? That is absolutely bizarre, considering you can watch the replay of that, and it was absolutely unacceptable what happened to Cunningham. Both Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Collins are wonderful role models for young children, and they play the game exceptionally well. Sophie Cunningham said that the hit by DeJohnay Carrington was intentional, but Sophie Cunningham's coach sided with Carrington. Carrington is a Chicago Sky Guard that was once coached by White. I just can't understand why the WNBA is not doing more to protect their players. When Stephanie White was interviewed, she said she doesn't oppose the foul, but she definitely doesn't think it was intentional. That Carrington plays her butt off. That's a pretty generous interpretation of what happened.
Clark immediately turned to the officials with her arms out, practically begging for the whistle. Anyone watching at home could see it clearly. She got hit in the neck fighting for a basketball, which is about as textbook a foul as it gets at any level of this sport. And the referees just stood there. No whistle, no review, nothing at all. Reese got away with it clean, and she knew it too, because she did not even bother to check whether a call was coming her way. She simply turned around and kept playing as if nothing had happened, jogging back up the floor with the same expression she would wear after a routine defensive rebound.
This game, I didn't see the play in real time. I went straight to a press conference. I thought the play got called right. Thankfully, Sophie's okay. Was it egregious? Absolutely. When you have a chance to watch that over and over and over on replay, you can see that. I didn't have that in real time.
Were there any
I take personally any suggestions that I don't 100% always have my players back. I ride with them 10 toes down all the time. All the time.
Online was immediate, and it was not kind to Reese. Clips of the shove spread across social media within minutes, racking up hundreds of thousands of views before halftime had even arrived. Fans who normally try to stay neutral in this rivalry, the ones who insist they just want to watch good basketball without taking a side, could not find a way to defend what they had just seen. One fan put it bluntly, saying Reese is not a rebounder when she actually has to rely on technique and positioning. She is a player who grabs and shoves when the ball does not bounce her way. Another fan pointed out something that made the whole situation sting even more, noting that just minutes earlier, Clark had scored right over Reese's best contest. So the shove looked less like a hustle play gone wrong and more like frustration boiling over in real time. Whatever the actual motivation was, the pattern fans have grown used to seeing from Reese in this matchup was on full display again, physical, aggressive, and sitting just outside the boundaries of a clean basketball play.
Didn't see it.
Say about the play in the last game, I didn't see the play in real time.
That's her in the back.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Went straight to a press conference.
So you can pause it right there.
And that's her right there.
That's her in the back, and that's the foul. What do you mean you can't see the foul?
Unbelievable.
And she says she got a better view than some of the referees got. And then this is how she comes and cries on TV about the criticism she got. How dare people on social media call her out? Go for it.
Here is the thing about that kind of gamesmanship, though. It only works if it actually changes the outcome of the game. And on this night, it changed nothing in Reese's favor. She spent the rest of the first half struggling to find any offensive rhythm, missing shot after shot in the paint that she normally finishes without much trouble. By the time the dust settled on her shooting night, she had gone 0 for 6 to start the game and finished 5 for 16 from the field overall. A genuinely rough shooting performance for a player who built her entire reputation on efficiency and physicality. Around the rim, she still battled hard for boards, finishing with 14 rebounds and 6 assists, so it is not as if she disappeared from the box score entirely. But the aggression that fueled that neck shove clearly was not translating into made buckets, and Clark, seemingly unaffected by any of it, simply kept doing exactly what she came there to do.
I take personally any suggestions that I don't 100% always have my players back. I ride with them 10 toes down all the time. All the time. They know that. It's a shame that we can't have an opportunity to talk about what great basketball they're playing. Because they are f***ing playing. The reality is, with me, I will always lead with love. I will always lead with grace. I will always lead with humility. And I will always lead with integrity. Doesn't mean I'll always get it right. I'm also human. The hate, the fear-mongering, the divisiveness, the stuff that's trying to hijack our league will not win.
Forward to the fourth quarter, and this game had turned into a full-on battle down the stretch. Alicia Gray was putting together a career night for Atlanta, eventually finishing with a career-high 32 points, and the Dream kept clawing their way back every single time Indiana tried to pull away and put the game out of reach. With the score tied at 81 and the clock winding down towards 0, Ryan Howard launched a three-point attempt that missed off the front rim. Reese, fighting for the ball with Aaliyah Boston practically riding on her back the entire way, somehow ripped down the offensive rebound in heavy traffic. This was Reese's moment, the exact kind of play she had been physically imposing herself to create all night long. All she needed to do was finish it clean.
And then she put both hands up right after. But that's... DJ's not doing things half speed, right? No. Like she's swinging.
With Boston draped all over her and barely any space to operate, Reese put up a putback attempt that did not even reach the front rim, clanking short with 3 seconds left on the clock. The ball bounced free again, and Naz Hillman scrambled desperately to try to save the possession with a follow-up layup attempt of her own, only for Boston to reach back and swat that one away too. 2 chances right at the rim, with a golden opportunity to send Indiana home with a loss, and Atlanta could not convert either one. All that physical effort Reese put into shoving her way into good positioning. And when it actually mattered, when the game was sitting right there for the taking with the clock about to hit 0, she could not finish the play in front of her.
Completely so far away from the basketball, just slapping Tiffany Hayes in the face. Let me just reach and see if I could grab some face real quick. Just smacking Tiffany Hayes in the face. Not really that big of a deal. Steph, any thoughts on this one?
One of the things about Nay is that she's going to play her butt off, man. She's going to compete. Nobody's going to go walking in for a layup. And
fair enough. No.